Everyone, welcome back to Brian Billion Podcast. As if you're new here, welcome back. If you subscribe button, support us, and for greater content that is coming along way. Today, I'm honored. I'll say I'm super honored to be alongside me. I have one of the best person I can say in the field of business. His name is Elijah, CEO Elijah, a builder, a CEO of 6 companies. I've said 1, 2 to 6 companies. That's not easy. Yeah, it takes courage. It takes a lot of skills, a lot of studying, and understanding your capacity to build up to 6 companies. To my understanding, Elijah has a degree in political science. But what he's doing out here right now is super different to what he studied. And that will drive our conversation today. Education or the skill. All right. Elijah, just give us a simple introduction, who you are, and so that we can start.
Okay, yeah, just as they have said a lot about me, just as he said, I'm Elijah. I go by the brand. I like building brands, so I go by the brand Sinocent. You can find me online by Sinocent. Yeah, so for me, I'm a founder. I'm also a strategist and an entrepreneur. So I've built different companies, and that's what I usually do. Mine is just building companies and empowering people. I go by the motion, or the notion is that I build so that others can stand or can rise. Yeah.
Thank you so much. As you heard, he's building actually. We were having a simple concept conversation before we start this shooting. And to my understanding, he's a person who is always moving, moving to greater heights. And I appreciate you for making time, to your busy schedule, fixing us to that 2 hours of your time. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate. So my first question:
Yes.
Who is Elijah, and give us your strategy of winning out here?
Okay. Yeah. Elijah. Yeah, who is Elijah? I've never come across that question, but to be honest, I've never come across that question. Maybe if you go and search online, maybe AI or someone can tell you more about who I am. But just maybe on my perspective, who I am. Just as I said, I'm a person who like building. That's what I like. I like building. Is that I usually like is that I just like to always be a problem solver. Just to be a problem solver. I like to be a newsmaker instead of just being a news watcher. I like to be someone who is someone who solves problems instead of making them. I just want to be a person who I like to be a person who is always there to help other people thrive, as I also thrive on my own. Yeah. So my strategy is always do something that is for people, and at the same time you also be growing through it. So that's what I usually do. That's why most of the things I'll be doing, they are essentially to help other people grow as I am growing on my own too. Yeah. So that's what usually builds me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means that you have the people around you to your heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's nice. What's the legacy that you want to leave behind? What's your legacy that you're aiming?
Okay. Me, I'm a greedy person. By the way. I know if I say this, my church mates and my friends will be wondering that Elijah is a is a okay. But I'm a greedy person. So my legacy is not something I just want to say that. Let people just say that Elijah was a student somewhere, or Elijah was a certain kind of person. No, me, I want in a way that I'm leaving behind something that people will say that we have a certain brand that has helped this number of people. We have a certain, like, for example, I think you have come across these people whom their companies employing up to, like, you find that 50,000 people, 100,000 people.
Yeah, sure.
You find that not necessarily that the person behind it, but yeah, the person behind it did everything, but the company itself is doing a lot.
Yeah.
So that's what I want. I want to build companies that will always be remembered even years to come. Yeah, so that it's always years to come. They say that we have Blue Gazelle Africa. It's a very powerful company doing this and this. We have this other company, maybe for example we have Blue Gazelle Academy. A lot of people have achieved a lot through it. Yeah, so that's essentially what I want to. That's what the legacy I want to leave behind. I'll be remembered, yes, as the CEO or the founder of it, but the most important thing I want it something that people can always be proud of, that I'm very proud being part of this initiative or this company or this venture.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you can see, he has he's not only a CEO, but you're able to manage like everything on your own. That's amazing. Now, to my first question is, in today's economy, as you're seeing, you've done political science, you've done all those degrees, certificate, diplomas. In today's economy, does a degree matters or does a skill matters?
Okay, yeah. First, skill compounds more than a degree. That's the truth, and it is something that people can go debate, but it will still remain the same.
Right.
A skill compounds more than a degree. Okay, a degree, what it does, it paves way for you. This one is it helps to pave way for you to know the place you're going. It's like kind of for exposure. It's kind of exposure where you're going to meet people, you're going to, because a degree, by the good thing about a degree is that you're going to meet several other people whom you are going to interact with. So in interacting with these people, you get the exposure, and that's what usually it happens. But now a skill, this one is the one that helps you now to earn. It helps you now to create opportunities. It helps you now to create the products and to solve the challenges. Now this is a skill. So mostly is the skill is the one that gives people the money. It's the skill that gives people the way forward for them to connect with the people.
Yeah.
Because if someone is coming to ask you, he won't ask you for your GPA. He'll ask you, can you deliver? So a skill is the most essential one. A degree helps you to pave way for opportunities.
Right. Now, I know you've heard about Jack Ma.
Yes.
I don't think like Jack Ma has a degree, but he has able to build whatever he has built without a degree. But he has that I can call it a skill because he uses people. In management, management is all about using people to build whatever you want to build. What's your input towards that?
Okay, yeah, true. Not only Jack Ma, but we also have other many people who have been doing so. Essentially, for example, for me, when I started my company, I didn't start my company after getting a degree. I started doing business immediately after I finished Form 4.
Okay.
Yeah, after I finished Form 4, I started learning my skills, and these are the ones that helped me now to start my cyber. I started as a cyber, and it helped me to grow until to where I am today. And also the same with Jack Ma. Jack Ma and other people, they didn't start most of what they have started because of a degree. They started it because of the skill. For example, even Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg, when he started, they were starting Facebook. They started Facebook when they were students. They hadn't attained the degree. But because of the interaction with the people, they saw a gap in the university. Then they realized that, wow, what about if we create a platform where these people can come post, they share their ideas there.
Sure.
You find that's why they created Facebook.
Yeah.
You find that also Bill Gates, when he just saw the gap, not because of the degree. Yeah, I know. The school he learned also, Lakeside, was a very, very powerful school. But that's because it was there, there's only school that had computers. That's why it gave him an opportunity also. But at the same time, not the degree that gave him the idea.
Yeah.
The idea in his head is the one that helped him. Just as Jack Ma said, when you give someone, if someone has got ideas, even without that degree, he can still manage and do a lot more than that person has got a degree.
Alright.
Yeah, we'll talk about a degree, and you realize that this one is usually degree has got a lot of theory and a lot of kind of things. But a skill of that knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge of management, knowledge of sales, knowledge of creating, building is one that helps people to succeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think a degree is overhyped in our culture? Or
A degree-
what's your input towards that?
A degree is not overhyped. Okay, what I can say is that mostly by the what I believe from my way of having interacted with people, a degree long time ago it was good because they introduced a degree to prepare employees, and that's the truth. They prepare these ones to be employees, which is not a bad thing. It's a good thing, but it's still low class kind of. Where the purpose of a degree, I think, was just to make these people come together. Then they start sharing ideas together. They come and learn together. Yeah. But now the problem is that it hasn't been evolving. It was supposed to evolve.
Okay.
It was supposed to evolve so that in a way that every year as time goes by, as people are coming to study, they are coming to learn, they evolve in a way that every time when you come to, you give 5 years, you come to university education, you realize that it's different from how it was 5 years ago. But that's what is not happening. Yeah, and because of that, it's killing it. Now, if you ask me between a degree and learning a high income skill, I'll choose a high income skill over a degree. Yeah.
Sure thing. But I guess there's a gap that is developing. You've done political science.
Yes.
You understand how the government runs, how the system is. In matters of evolution, which I'll ask that question later on, do you think the government is failing towards evolving the education system? Or?
Yeah, you guys can come and beat me up, but that's the truth. The government is doing nothing. It's killing us by the way. Among the people who are also, I know, also for us as the people who are tutors, they are also making a mistake, yes. But at the same time, we also have to create a good environment for the tutors or the people who are teaching in the universities, the lecturers, to also do something good. So essentially, because of the bureaucratic way of doing things, the government is failing a lot the education system. Because it's failing, that's the truth. The government is failing, and the government is supposed to be they should be the people who should be creating a conducive environment for the teachers to teach these people what essentially they need in life, instead of giving them a lot of theory. So the government is failing, and which, if they try to rectify this into a way that they should not just prepare students to go just out there, because how many people, okay, let's calculate.
All right.
Let's go to class a bit and calculate this. Approximately how many people graduate every year?
More than 100,000.
So let's go with a small number, like let's go with 50,000.
Right.
So you go with 50,000 people are graduating in Kenya, and how many teachers are graduating? We have made, let's say, like people who are doing teaching, maybe they are around almost like 15 to 20,000, right? So let's go with 15,000. So you have got 15,000 teachers graduating every year,
Right.
and how many people are employed by TSC every year?
Few than.
Less than 3,000. So out of 15,000, 3,000 are being employed. So there is 12,000 people here who are not employed. And remember, these people are adding up every year. So these years, 12,000 haven't employed. Next year maybe it's 10,000 haven't been employed. The coming years, you're adding together. So in the next 5 years, over 50,000 people haven't been employed, and they did teaching, or they did a degree in maybe education. So let me ask you, to be honest, is the government doing a favor to these guys? Because why should we teach education all these 50,000 people when we know that they won't get a job in the next 5 years?
That's terrible. But also, I can say this.
Yes.
It also depends to the person himself or herself. You can also have that mindset of creating yourself the job or the employment that you're seeking out here.
Okay, so I did education, Kiswahili CRA, right?
All right.
Or maybe let's say at mathematics. Yeah, I did a degree in mathematics and statistics, or no, mathematics and statistics, and they have got a lot of opportunities. Let me take I did an education maybe in computer and business studies, right? As a teacher, I've done this degree, then I've finished school, and I'm joining. So it depends on my own. I have been taught. Remember, in the university, I have never been taught on how to be an employer. I have been taught on how to be an employee. I'm just doing this knowing that at the end of it all, I need to look for a school and be a teacher there. How am I going to?
Sure thing.
Does it really depend on me?
No, it doesn't. Because there's that mindset that has been already built by the government or whoever that surrounds your life, that at the end of it all, I'm going to be employed by the government.
Yeah.
Oh.
So after you finish, people, when I run a business, so at my business, people usually come to apply for TSC numbers. So these guys are coming to apply for TSC number. Immediately someone finishes, when he gets the degree, the first thing he's running for is the TSC number, because cannot be employed with the TSC number. Okay. So all they know, or they have in their minds, is for them to be employed. So that's the biggest mistake the government is doing, and also the education sector is doing. So if they can try their best in a way that they can introduce at least the hands-on skills and mentorship in the education, and also they make it diverse in a way that I'm doing education, yes, but they shouldn't limit me to doing other skills. They can introduce other short programs in the universities in a way that I'm in first year, but we have a short program here on how to run a business. I'm in first year, but they have a short program here on I can be For example, I can do different things.
Yeah.
See, they show you some of the other things you can do apart from just
Aside
being a
it's-
teacher.
aside
Because the
it's
truth is,
whatever.
let's say I did teaching and I want now to employ myself
Uh-huh.
and decide to start a school. Do I have money to start a school? Because I'm going to create, I need to create my job, right? Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Yeah.
So do I have money to create a private school for my own?
Maybe if you join forces with your colleagues, with your former schoolmates, you join forces, you can build a school.
Okay,
You're trying to solve a problem in the community.
I can build a school first. That's why now and again I think the government also still comes in. Do you know the process of for you registering a school? I've just told you when you were discussing. I told you about us registering for TVET.
Yeah,
There are so
sure.
many money. There are so many. There's so much you need to pay for the license and everything. A school needs good infrastructure. It needs the infrastructure of the buildings. It needs the other things like the supplies of many things.
Yeah.
There are so many things, but they are needed to run a school. The students will need desks, they will need books,
Yeah.
they will need the teachers. You can come together with several teachers who have graduated. You say that, okay, let's meet the 50 students, the 50 of us who have graduated as teachers, let's start a school and to pull together resources. But 50 teachers, how many students can you accommodate?
Less than 1,000 or even 400.
And there are people who are graduating with they come from big backgrounds and they can contribute. They say, okay, you want to start a school? For us, we're going to give 2 million. The other one, okay, for me also, I'm going to give 5 million. So you pull together, you find that you already have like almost 100 million.
Yeah.
But there are people who can even a parent cannot raise 5,000 after graduating. Even coming for graduation is also a problem because they don't have transport.
Okay.
So what else?
There's a problem right there. There's a problem in a greater way. There's a problem between the government and even us. We have a problem in our mindset.
Yeah.
That's guaranteed. Now, because you've studied a lot of skills, you've done maybe more than 50. You have more than 50 certificates, right?
I've done so many skills.
Wow.
I've done so many skills. Like, wow, if I was to sit down and then start listing the skills I've learned, wow, there are so many. There are so many. Some of them even I don't use them. To be honest, I don't use some of the skills. Like, for example, let's just use a simple skill like what? Let's use a simple skill like data analysis. You know, data analysis on its own, it has got different things like we have data analysis app, we have SPSS, we have got SQL, we have got advanced Excel, we have got so many of them. So Python and so forth. You mind that all these skills, I've taken my time to learn all those skills in different ways in data analysis.
Okay.
If it's graphic design, the same. I've learned so many things in graphic design and using so many different tools, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and so forth. So it means that I have been learning all these skills on how to use it. It's video editing. Video editing, I've learned so many things on video editing and also different tools on how I'm going to use it. Yeah, to do video editing. Now that if I came to a company, then you say that no, you know what? For us we use Adobe Premiere to edit videos. I said that okay, no problem. For us we use CapCut. Oh, no problem. For us we use Filmora. Okay, no worries. Bring it. Yeah, like you're always you can work with anything. So I have added so many skills in my life, but yeah, and they have really been so powerful, and I've learned a lot.
With all those skills, what skills made education more relevant to you?
Okay, now here comes in is that the skill by the way that made it so the education so irrelevant was not actually the skill that I'm talking about, like digital marketing or web development. Yeah, okay, there are skills that but the most important skill that I learned was how to turn a problem into a product. Yeah, that is the skill that has helped me to be where I am. That is okay. You can there are so many people who have learned web development, right? There are so many people who have learned web development.
Yeah.
There are so people, even if not only that, but also these skills are taught by the universities. We have got computer science is taught by universities. We have got this data analysis. They are taught by universities.
That's true.
But the most important skill for you that has changed my life is learning how to execute. Yeah, learning how to execute the skills that you have. If it's web development, how am I going to reach the market? How am I going to talk to the customer? How am I going to design for them the website? How am I going to talk to them? How am I going to get them to pay the first deposit? How am I going, after designing it, how am I going to launch it and do what? And make sure that they have got they are satisfied with my service. Right? So that's the most important thing. How to execute is the skill that has helped me a lot.
Execution.
Yeah, so it's the one that has helped me to maneuver around and also do all these things, making sure that I can be successful. So basically in those areas, the areas that I've done. But the skills that have helped me to learn a lot. So just by interacting with the people, doing all these things, is the one that has helped me now to be on how to use this skill.
Right.
Yeah.
So on learning all these skills,
Yes.
what's usually your goal?
Okay. So the problem, by then I've been also, apart from learning skills, I also like reading books. I'll start by something that contradicts with what I'm doing so that I can teach people, because here we are here to learn. I like teaching by the way. So we're here to learn. So there's a book that there's a book I learned. Okay, I like reading books on business, and also there's a book I ran. This book is called it's called Who You Are, or Who You Are. Okay, forgetting the title. It's a book I read I haven't finished it. I read it a few like a year ago, and it has been in my mind a bit because of what the message in the book, where it was trying to tell us this, like most of the time we learn. The reason why I learned this skill is because we usually come across a problem, and then you want to solve it, right?
Yeah.
So you want to solve it, and then instead of looking for someone to come and do it for you, you decided to learn a skill on how you're going to do it on your own. Yeah. For example, for me, I want to create content.
Yeah.
And to create that content, there are places I need to publish. So for me to create the content, first I need to learn how I'm going to create the content. So I need to learn how fast I'm going to. They need the places to post is social media, right? So I need to know how to manage social media accounts. So I'll be forced to learn social media management, right? So I go learn social media management so that I can know how to manage my social media accounts. After I know how to manage social media accounts, I've recorded my content, yes, but I need to edit that content before I post on that, if it's YouTube or whatever. So I need to learn video editing so that I can post.
That's true.
And you find that now I'm doing video editing with, for example, one tool. Then I realize that I'm doing it, I learn it, then I do it. But later, when I'm interacting with other people, I'm doing the video editing, I realize that the software I'm trying to use in that machine or that computer I'm using is not there. So you have to adapt and choose the other one. The other one you don't know it. So I decided, okay, this one I don't know it. No problem. Me, I like learning. So I go again and learn the skill and how to use that tool, the new tool now. So that's what has been doing, that I was trying to solve these challenges by learning on how to do it. If I come across a problem, I go learn on how I'm going to solve it. But now, what I learned from that book was that you should always be asking yourself who can do it instead of how can I do it. So the title of the book says that who, not how.
Oh,
who, not how. So instead of you, if you want to run companies, instead of you always doing it, because the time I was saying that I wanted to teach people something, is because I want to teach them that not necessarily you have to learn all the skills I have learned. It's not necessarily. Just look for one high income skill and learn it, and then that's the end of it. If you want someone to help you do something like social media management, look for that person who has learned that social media management and let him do for you. If you want to learn maybe someone who creates YouTube thumbnails, instead of going and struggling to learn how to create YouTube thumbnails, look for someone to create you a very proactive YouTube thumbnail instead of learning how to do it. If you need a video editor, instead of you sitting down and trying so hard to edit the video, things are not working, look for that person who is good at video editing to help you do that. So instead of you saying how can I do this, ask who can do this. And that has taught me a lot. So that's essentially what we can do.
All right. I guess in Diary of a CEO, Steven has elaborated what you say. Learn to ask how, learn to ask who, not how. Yeah, that's definitely the point. Like you don't need to learn everything or to know everything. Just have the right people around you who can do like some of the things that you're doing, and then you incorporate to whatever you're doing, and at the end of the day you'll be at a greater level. Now, my next question is, if you were to go back to 18 years, what would you learn first and why?
Okay, if I was to go back 18 years, that's to 18 years. This means that's 6 years ago, right?
Yeah, sure.
No, 5 years ago. If I go to 5 years ago, that one was if I was to go 5 years ago, I would look for one high income skill. One. It can be any skill. For example, it's maybe digital marketing, right? Or maybe web development as a web designer. Or you can look for just one high income skill. Is one that I will learn. One. Then, and that one high income skill, this very, very important thing that I shouldn't leave out, which I say that is something I've learned as time goes by. Sales and communication.
Okay.
Sales and communication. That one is something that if I went to 18 years old,
Yeah.
that's something I would do. I'll look for one high income skill, learn it, and then learn
Sales and
communication. Because if you have even running a business, you need to know how you're going to sell your products. You need to know how you're going to communicate with the people so that you can interact. Because, for example, if I want to start a company, first I need to get a co-founder. And to get a co-founder, I need to know how I'm going to communicate with them so that we can come to an agreement, right?
Sure.
Apart from that, I need, after we have joined together, a founder, co-founder, yes, I need also to know how I'm going to communicate with the customers.
Yeah.
So I need to learn communication.
Right.
Sales. For me to sell my product, because there are so many other people who are running the same product. There are so many competition is there. So for me to sell my product, I need to know how to sell. So that's the very, very essential skill I will learn. Sales and communication. Very, very, very important. Even if possible, then start with those ones before you look for that high income skill that you can learn.
Okay, I've got your point. But what's your definition of a high-end income skill?
A high income skill is a skill that helps you to earn.
All right.
Helps you to earn in a way that it's a skill that not necessarily that you have to be there for you 24/7 for you. For example, there's a book that I've read that is called E-Myth Revisited. It's also a business book. It's a big book that by the way has built me so much also. This book, the writer says that mostly what we usually do is that because we are good at doing something. Me, I'm good at web development, so I think I can start a web development company because I'm good at web development. Yeah. So that's the mistake you usually do. So a high income skill is a skill that can help you to earn. A skill that you have got hands-on experience, you have got own practical experience on how you're going to do it.
Okay.
So for this one you learn. For example, any skill can be, okay, when I say a high income skill, it's not like a skill like employment skills like you being a teacher, for example, or you being, for example, a politician. For example, for me, learning politics or something like that. It's a skill that you can use it to work even at part-time. For example, let's say like I'm learning data analysis.
Yeah.
Data analysis, these are the high income skills. Okay, high income skill also something else I've been said. High income skills are skills that evolve and they are literally cannot be. They are skills that even if AI is replacing some of them, but it's not replacing all of it. Right. You still need to evolve with it, of course. Yeah. So, but a skill that is a skill that I can use to earn.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because I am waiting for a salary at the end of the month. It is a skill that I can use to earn anytime. For example, if I wanted money and I have a skill like web design, you can set up your good structured portfolio as a freelancer. Then you're going to look for these projects. People don't wait until the end for you to pay you for a skill like that. You design for people a website. If you finish the website in 2 weeks, then you are paid your 60,000. If its website was 100,000, then after 2 weeks you are paid the 100,000. You find that's a high income skill. If you data analysis, you're going to analyze data for people.
Yeah.
You're going, for example, let's say like data analysis, you may focus on stock analysis. You go and analyze stocks for people. There are people who are willing to pay for you to analyze stock for them. You know that which company has been performing well and is the best if I invest in or I buy stock with the company. So for you can do that and you start charging people just to show them how you're analyzing the stocks. So there's a high income skill. But if you decide that you're going to learn the 4-year skill that takes you 4 years to learn something like teaching, friend. Yeah. So that's a high income skill to me. So a skill that I can use it to earn not necessarily that I have to wait until the end of the month or to work for someone until the end of the month to be paid. It's a skill that if I sit down the next seriously the next 2 hours, for example, a skill like okay, even web design is not necessarily okay. The one has made 2 weeks, it means that our website takes a lot of pages. But if you just design a website that takes like not only a web design but also like say for example SEO. You know, SEO is something that people need for them to rank well on Google, and it's a skill that doesn't require you to do it. You can do it in 2 hours and it's you are done.
You're done.
Or let's say like Google My Business Management or optimization. I can go. There are businesses in that don't have Google My Business optimization. I just sit down, go on Google, look for businesses that are listed there but they are not optimized their account, contact them because their contacts are there. I contact them, I help them manage it. It's something I can do in 30 minutes and you pay me 5,000.
Oh.
Yeah, such a high income skill. It's not necessarily that you have to learn a skill like web development, you struggle with the codes. No, it's just a simple skill that you can learn and it can give you money.
Okay. So, next question is, you are a CEO.
Yes.
And I believe that you hire people, you fire people, and you also train people. So, when hiring, if I'm coming to you to ask for a job, for an employment, would you consider credentials or the proof of execution?
I will prefer a proof of execution because for me, just as I said, I'm looking for a skilled person, all right? Not a person with many papers. So yeah, credentials, they are good. It just shows how exposed you are to different sectors or different levels of education. But essentially what I'm looking for someone who can deliver. I'm looking for someone who can solve a problem in my company. I'm bringing you to a certain department, maybe it's a sales department. I want to see a person who can deliver in that department of sales and marketing. Don't tell me, you know what, me, I have got a master's in HR. So you have got a master's in HR, yes, but can you really make decisions that will drive our company to where we want to go? Right? Yeah, that's why if someone came with a master's in my company and is looking for a job, and someone else came and told me I learned a skill in a certain college in the local village that is not even known, I will give him a job and deny you a job, because I know that person, if he can deliver, then that's the person I'm going for. Yeah, that's the truth. I will go for a person who has got skills over someone who has got credentials. Credentials, they're just there to give you to tell you that wow, you are learned. But me, I'm looking for someone who is not learned. I'm looking for someone who can deliver.
If I was a bad person, I could have said that's a pure hatred towards degree. Because I've sacrificed my 8 years to do masters and all that, and coming to you to ask for a job, you're telling me you're going to give someone who is from a village or from a college a job.
Yeah, because here, let's be honest. Me, if you are a CEO, the most important thing is that our company needs to make money and it needs to grow. And if you're bringing in someone who is coming here and has got a degree that he has learned that they have wasted for him the 8 years, because the degree, to be honest, I did a degree here in Pwani University, and let me use a good example. I will use same in the university that I did. When I was studying, one thing is that for me, how I identify all these gaps that I'm trying to solve out here is through interacting with students. And the truth of the matter is that the students I've interacted with people from all different sectors, whether it's nursing, whether it's students who are doing medicine, I've interacted with people who are doing TAT, I've interacted with people who are doing computer science, and I wanted to develop an app when I was in third year, and I was looking for someone to help me develop the app. So I thought to my mind, we have computer science students in the university. Let me go look for these guys so they can help me develop the app. To be surprised, when I reached that form for fourth year who was graduating, I asked him, okay, that's the truth, that's what I did. Even before I started my company, I was okay. Before even I graduated, that's the same thing I was thinking. I'm looking for someone who has got a proof of what he has done, more than telling me that I'm a computer science student at Pwani University, a fourth year. So me, I asked him to show me some portfolio. I asked him, can you do an app? He started giving me a lot of stories. Then I said, okay, no problem, let's not go far. Please show me your portfolio so that I can just know what you have done. Yeah, that's all I need. I just show me, I'm a web developer or I'm an app developer. Then show me a sample app that you have developed. It's not saying that it has to be a big idea. It can be even you have just tried to clone an app that already exists. That's all I need. Because, for example, if me, I assuming that if a student comes here at one university to do computer science, when he's in first year, they teach him a little bit of theory in the first semester. Then second semester, there's a guy giving him projects to work on real world projects.
Alright.
He said that, you know what, we have neighbors here, which is just our neighbor here. We want our university students, everyone who is doing computer science, our students, first year students, I want you to clone a Naivas website.
Alright.
We want a Naivas website of your own. You can name it you yourself. Just name it Brand Billion's website.
Yeah.
But it's a Naivas website, an e-commerce store. Or you can just decide that I want to clone Canva. Let's have a design tool that is your own. Then name it your name or any brand that you are looking for. You know that one from your mind, you have told me already. What you have told me so many things. First, you have told me that I can create my own design tool like Canva. This means that after I finish, even if I don't get a job in a company, I can create my own app, look for people whom we can work together and do what? And start earning from it. Right? So that's essentially what you have taught me. Not only have you taught me a real skill, but also you have taught me how to apply it in real life. That's essentially what I was thinking. But to my surprise, when I went there, this person doesn't have any portfolio. He doesn't have any projects he has worked on. He's just doing me some codes that they were learning in class, which it's just practical. They did a bit when they were finishing fourth year, but during the first year, second year, and third year, they were doing a lot of theory. So they didn't do it. So this shows that there's a problem. The only people whom I realized that they were a bit, like just a little bit, like a 10% of the skill they learned, a bit skilling in terms of working on projects, was few students from the TIT.
Theoretical every time, like we are supposed to, you know, try to show what can we achieve. If I give you an opportunity right now, I offer you a work and to design for me a website. What are you going to prove to me that you're able to do that? How can I trust you? Yeah. And that's actually what our CEO is actually trying to tell us, that they are looking for proof of execution. Now, these, if the school is building employees, if you're given a chance, what will you change in the system?
In the system?
Yeah.
Okay, first thing is that this curriculum that you are using is bullshit. It's bullshit.
Okay.
The way of teaching is bullshit. We need just to get rid of all this curriculum and create a new curriculum. Not essentially that not the system like kind of 844. I mean, I don't care about the 844 or whatever.
Yeah.
The CBC they are bringing in is just also still bullshit. What I need is a real application of what we are doing. That's a hands-on practical skills. So it means if I'm coming to learn, that's the way I said, if I'm coming to learn a skill, for example, statistics, mathematics and statistics, you teach me on how I'm going to use my skill to solve a real world problem, all the way from first year. I'm doing my course knowing that at the end of it, I'm going to do this and this.
Okay.
For example, if I'm doing a course like, for example, let me say that I'm doing a course for example, like a German. If I'm doing language Germany, then you are teaching me on how I'm going to use German. For example, I can be for example, a translator or kind of someone who helps in translating. Or I can, you teach me on how I'm going to use the skill I'm learning, the language I'm learning. You teach me on how I'm going to use it in real life. And also, why should it take 4 years? 4 years, like a whole 4 years, you're wasting my time revolving around the university 4 years. 4 good years, I'm just revolving around here learning nothing. Yeah, so that's the first thing. Another thing that I will change. First, it should be practical and real skill. The second thing, it shouldn't take a lot of time, because I don't need a lot of time. Me, my skills I've told you, for the past, all these skills I've mentioned here, they are skills I haven't learned in so many years. I've learned them in only 4 years. This means the 4 years that I was using to learn a degree here are the same 4 years I've used to learn all these skills. What does it mean? It means that all the other skills that I've learned are used less than 1 year to learn each skill. No, not less than 6 months to learn each skill. So it means that these 4 years is wasting a lot of our time. I like technical institutes, because technical institutes, most of their courses, some of them are trying, because some of their courses usually don't take more than 2 years.
All right.
Yeah, because why should I learn a course that takes more than 4 years?
4 years.
Let it be after I finish high school. And also the same problem is also still there high school, because these guys are teaching us. I was doing a mentorship in a primary school, Kilifi Primary. Then I was asking students, whom do you want to be when you grow up? All of them are telling me, I want to be a doctor. Out of the 5 students I asked, 4 of them said they wanted to be doctors. So Do we have all those doctors in Kenya? There are so many doctors who have been dying along the way.
For real, that's
So it shows that we are still in that primitive system where we are teaching students that we want to be doctors, they want to be nurses. They are forgetting that we have so many other things that these people can do apart from just being doctors in the systems. And of course they want to be doctors. That's the truth. We have so many other courses that are I never heard of, even in my course like political science. When I was studying, I came to see it the first time in KUSSIPS. I see the first time in KUSSIPS they're wondering political science. So you're going to be a political scientist. So does it have chemicals? You're going to so something like that. So it shows there are so many courses that we are never introduced to when you are still in primary and high school. And this one is one that is killing us a lot. So you go with the system, you are pushed to high school. After you finish high school, you go now to university. Now you're wondering, which course am I going to take? And again, the system, the KUSSIPS forces you to choose a course that aligns with what they are thinking that it suits you. So they are forcing you to choose, like you choose some codes there that they have there. Then those codes you put there, then they try to verify that do you qualify for this course. If you don't qualify, for me, because I didn't pass mathematics and want to do a course in business and IT, they refused to give me the course because I didn't pass mathematics. So what's that? Does mathematics, do we need to learn a lot of mathematics to run a business?
No.
I'm not good in math, but I'm running my business and they're developing. The next 5 years there will be big businesses. And I didn't pass mathematics in high school. So that's essential of a system of forcing us to take a certain road is one that has failed us a lot. So if I was to have a change in the system, that's the first thing I'll do. Make sure the courses are not that long, and make sure the courses are real skilled, and make sure that the courses don't force guys to do something that they're not passionate with.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you've had the CEO, and the practicability of something is so essential, and this is one thing that even as a common employee or you're supposed to be looking for, and that's you've stated one thing very clear. There's just a way some courses have been overhyped. I'll say overhyped. Because for lack of a better word, things like to do with maybe technology courses. This because we have that notion that if we go with this road, we are going to make it out of it. Let's try to pave our own paths to our own desires and all that. The courses that we ourselves believes, and also that reminds me, that passion really counts when it comes to matter with skills and degree.
Yeah, passion matters a lot because if you are forcing me to take a skill because you want to verify through the system that you have created on your own if it suits me or not, you are not in my brain, by the way. You cannot go through my brain. Remember the system you have given me all the way from primary, which was your system. And it's your system that you are using. I don't know how you use it to measure that how bright I am in class or whatever. But brightness in class doesn't matter how you're going. For example, when you were beginning, we used the example of Jack Ma. Jack Ma was not good in class, but he's running an empire. So it means measuring us in the form of our intelligence through exams is not essentially okay. Something else, but I forgot to say was that removing exams.
That's one of the changes.
You cannot use the exam to measure how my level of intelligence or how I'm going to survive in life later. That's not true. Doesn't make sense. Because my level of intelligence cannot be measured with the exam. Exam, they're just questions they're asking me how my crime power was.
Right.
And that's essentially because practicability doesn't entail me on how I'm going to do that. Working on something, if I'm going to the farm to plant something, you cannot, like, they went to the extent of making even agriculture course in a way that they are teaching us to do an exam in it. Like how? I want to know how to farm. I want to know how to plant bananas and maize. You are also again bringing me an exam, theory exam in bananas. Surely. So you find that passion usually drives a lot. If they allowed people to work on to go with their passion, then that would be the best. Me, I'm growing up knowing that wow, I just love music in my heart. So I'm growing up knowing that after here I'm going to a primary school, I'm going to kindergarten, I'm going to learn how to do music. I join high school, I know I'm dealing with music. Then I join a music school or music film or college. After that I finish, I knowing that
you set to music.
and I join a career that I love. If I love journalism, I will do it with passion. I will do it in love.
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, I love business. As
Yeah.
much as I didn't do a course in business all the way until I finished university, but one thing is, I love doing business. And I just love it. So when I'm just there at my business, I just feel like, wow. I just feel like I'm happy because I'm doing something I love.
Yeah, sure.
But
Is in 10 years from now, do you think knowledge, the real currency of the world, between knowledge, skill, and adaptability, what will be the real currency in 10 years from now?
okay, adaptability carries the day, because the truth is that knowledge is something that it is something that evolves.
Yeah.
Also the same with skills. Skills is something that evolves. Skills are usually, you find that, for example, right now we have AI. It's
Yeah.
replacing some of the skills. Right now I can design a website using just codes, using just some few prompts, right? So the skills are something that can be replaced over time. It is something that can be replaced over time. But the ability to adapt to how the system is running is the best. That's why you find that there are companies that will be rising, then there are companies that are dying. There are companies in the world who are dying, and some of them are rising because they know how to adapt. Yeah, but there I was watching a certain video I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
It was about the African billionaires. To my surprise is that the African billionaires is that none of them is running a tech company. Most of them are running mills, sugar, cement.
Agricultural stuff.
Yeah. So it means that in Africa, not necessarily because people are running into tech, we should also run into tech, saying that tech is getting people billionaires. The billionaires in Africa, they are not doing tech. They are doing the normal things that people need to survive. Someone needs to eat, someone needs clothing, people need a house to stay. So cement, mills, then there are things that will always be there. So that's why they're investing there. So it means, okay, we're going to investment again. But what I was trying to say was, like being able to adapt to the system, it is something that pays a lot. And it's the one that carries a lot. Because you can learn a skill, I can run a skill. Right now, I run a skill like digital marketing. Then the next 2 or 3 years, someone is going to come up with an AI that can do the digital marketing. I just tell it just give it that, which company do I run? I run Brookzell Africa, is a real estate company. So people can get real websites for real estate. Then, and there is a person, a real estate agent or a developer or a firm is looking for a website. So what the AI will do, or for example, AI will do is that I just tell it to my company and tell it the company name and what we are doing. Then it goes there, it
Does the job.
it does everything, digital marketing. It helps me market to all these people. But not only that, but it can also even, because they have got emails, the people have got emails there. They have got phone contacts. You just take them direct on WhatsApp. Tell them, Brookzell Africa does this and this and this. If you need a website, you can contact us.
That's via ChatGPT. Or
Yeah, of course. See, ChatGPT now,
is it possible to do that?
it's not possible currently, but I know it's something that people are working on.
Oh, okay. Because I was so many. Hey, all right.
Yeah, but we have AIs that can text people on WhatsApp. We have AI that can text people on WhatsApp. You just give it the contact, then you give it the message and it texts all the people on WhatsApp. You can text even 1,000 people.
Okay.
Yeah, and it does that. We have AI that is doing that.
Okay.
But now, what we need to do is just to connect that AI that's sending people on WhatsApp with ChatGPT. Just as simple as that. You know, it doesn't take a lot of effort. Just as simple as that. But that's APIs, just an API and a few codes to add. Then that's the end of it. So I just go to ChatGPT and tell it that this and this is what you need to do. It takes those people on emails and even on WhatsApp, and I get their feedback direct. So it means that any skill can be replaced. Digital marketing, the web design I'm talking about. I just go to online, then I'm starting, for example, if a real estate agent is the one we are talking about. I'm a real estate agent, I'm based in Kilifi. I deal with luxury homes or ultra luxury homes for people with 2 kids, right? Just as simple as that. Design for me a website, and I'll tell you, and also place a place where I can add button where I can add my properties. It designs everything and adds the button to add properties. Then that's the end of it. I start selling my properties. Just as simple as that. So it means a skill, it is something that evolves. What we need to do is now how to adapt to the system.
Right.
Yeah, that's the most essential thing that people should invest in or should learn. They should learn how to adapt. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. If they're working towards that, if you're a marketer out there, we are so sorry. We are so sorry. Wow. That's amazing.
Mm.
That's the speed at which technology is going at. It's something that's they're going to be launching every day, like some things that are super crazy or super amazing, and also that they are going to ease our job.
Oh, by the way, I forgot. There's an AI tool
Yeah.
that does the digital marketing. It does in a way that when it comes to advertisement, we usually have got Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and so forth.
Yeah.
But then we have an AI that can do that. We have an AI that can you can just go there and give it the content. The only problem is that here you have to create your content, then you upload there, then you schedule. So it sends the content each day. If you want it every day or want it after 2 days or 3 days, so it markets everything to Google Ads. If it's Google Ads, YouTube Ads, and everything. There's an AI that does that. So read it there. So digital marketing essentially is also being replaced already.
All right. Could you share with us the AI app or the AI software that does that work?
Okay, I've forgotten its name. It's a very hard name here, you know. I've forgotten the name, but I've once used it. I've once used it. It's only that I've forgotten the name. Don't know the name currently. I've forgotten the name.
All right. No issue. Now, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Okay, 5 years from now. Just as I said earlier, I'm a greedy person. So for the next 5 years, I want my ventures to be that time to go public. Yeah, I want my ventures to go public because I want people to start buying shares. I also want to list my company among the stocks people can buy.
NSE.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's my dream in the next 5 years. So that's what I'm working on. I'm working on making sure that their shares will be available. People can come and buy shares. Not essential on the stock market, but people can come and buy stocks in my company. Yeah.
Right.
So that they can start buying shares there. So that's essentially what I want to do. The next 5 years, I want that in the next 5 years people go and search companies they can start investing in. My company should also be there. And also, I'm also planning on transforming Diverse into a technical institute. So the next 5 years, we want us to be among the technical institutes we have in Kenya. Currently, we are still a small college, but in the next 5 years, we want to be a technical institute. So when you go to technical institute in Kilifi, when they list one university technical institute or vocational college, we are also there.
That's amazing.
That's what we are also planning.
That's a great move. I wish you all the best.
Yes.
And you're doing amazing. At your age, you're doing amazing. That's a lot. With all those skills, all that you've learned at your age, that's amazing. And you're going far. Actually, he's the next CEO of Africa. The next Elon Musk. He has that, that ambitious person that I've met in this campus. He's one of them, and I wish you all the best. Actually,
Thank you.
my last question is before we close. You've done political science, and do you ever see yourself into the government? And if so, and what's your take in government being run with brilliant minds?
Okay. Yeah. It is something to be surprised by there. People usually hear me talk about business, skills, education. They usually forget. They usually don't know that I'm also a politician in making.
For real, that's true.
I'm a politician in making because to be surprised that even in our family we have that politics in blood. It's there. My my father was once for MP. Yeah, so we have that politics in blood, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will venture into politics later. That's the truth. I'll venture into politics later. And the reason why I'm going to politics is not because I want to be a politician. It's because I've seen that the world without us, people who are seeing a world in a different way, it won't go anywhere. Okay. Yeah, because the bureaucratic system that it is running, the system that we are currently having, is not favoring the development. For me, I'm a person who dreams of Kenya being among the big companies, the big states like we have, like the USA and China. So it means that for us to be there, in real sense, and not just in words, but also in the way how we are doing it, we have to get these people to be there. So a country that is run by brilliant minds, it will go far, and we also have to make sure that we are going there. That's why I'm trying my best to build my company so that I can have more people. They continue building their own wealth. At the same time, I also make sure that I also have a higher platform where I can reach more people. Because political science, as I said, a degree is a way for you to shape it shapes the road for you to go.
Yeah, sure.
So now it's already here with me. So I'll use it now to maneuver into politics and also maneuver into other states. Yeah, because I'm planning to do a master's in international relations. That will also help me to connect with different states.
Alright.
So I can connect different states and know how I'm going to use my skill now to meet more people, and so that we can at least get some good connection for Kenya to go far.
Okay.
Because we have to take it far.
Yeah,
So eventually I will enter into politics, and not only just as a politician, but as a founder, a strategist. Yeah.
All right. Before we wrap it up, could you tell us where we can find you, your socials, and also your companies?
Okay, just as I said, you can find me on Sinocent online.
Alright.
Yeah. You can find me, but I'm someone who is always on all social media platforms. You can find me on any of it, whether it's X, whether it's LinkedIn, anywhere you can find me there. And also at the same time, you can find me among the mentors. Just search for mentors in Kilifi, by the way you'll find me.
Yeah.
You find me, I'm there. I'm among the mentors. So you can find me on those social media platforms, and also I go by the name Sinocent on all those platforms. Our companies, the companies are also, you can find also our companies. Just search for web design agencies in Kilifi or in Kenya, in Kilifi, or search for our company Bluxel Africa. We also found on social media accounts at Bluxel Africa, all social media accounts, including YouTube, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, and all the other platforms. And also Diverse College, you can find us also on platforms, Diverse College at Diverse College on all social media platforms. And also you can visit us Kilifi near Pwani University. Just reach near Pwani University and you can contact us, and you can find us through emails or info@bluxelafrica.com or our website www.bluxelafrica.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, and I really appreciate your time fixing us into a busy schedule. I acknowledge that.
Thank you.
I'll paste his emails and the contacts. If you want to reach out, he's doing amazing things in website designing, training young leaders, and empowering young people, including I, to become greater person in the future. Thank you so much for being a supportive audience. Till next time.
Bye.